For those of you who are subscribers to my channel, or for those of you who may have seen some of my previous content, you'll know that I'm a big fan of VVS Finance. You'll also know that I'm a big fan of the Cronos network in general. The Cronos network is owned and operated by Crypto.com. Now, one of the latest apps to launch on the Cronos network is Single Finance. So today we're going to take a look at what Single Finance is and some of the tools that they have on offer to help you with your investment strategy. So let's jump on over to the computer and take a look at Single Finance. So here we are on the Single Finance website, and it's a very clean looking website, not overly complicated. Across the top here we've got the strategy, the LP time machine, which we are going to look at, the roadmap, documentation, blog and launch app. Now we'll get to the launch app very shortly. Before we do, we want to take a quick look at the strategy. Single click pseudo market neutral strategy. Single Finance is a super intuitive platform to all your DeFi investments, minimizing correlations to the general market. Everything here is worked out from your injected capital in USD. So it's always good when you've got the option of seeing your investments in USD rather than just the token itself and then having to work out what it's actually worth. Everything is visualized and everything is within your fingertips. Maximize return, minimizing permanent loss, manage maximum downside. So whether you understand any of that or not, what I'm getting from that is that Single Finance want to make things as simple as possible for you, the investor. And as you probably know from watching any of my other videos, I like to keep things as simple as possible for myself and for you, the viewer. So that's very positive. And we can see that the company is backed by world-class partners, Double Peak, Sky Vision Capital, Gemblock Trinity, Yahoo Finance, which is a big one, VVS Finance, which is one of my faves, and Mad Meerkat Finance. So back up here on the documentation tab, we can see the white papers or the light papers and some information about what the platform is and how you can get involved by investing your money, connecting your wallet, etc. So these are all this is all valuable information. Then you can see the risks and the parameters, the roadmap. So the roadmap is always a good thing. Here we can see Q4 of 2021 is done now. We're currently on Q1 of 2022, which was the launch of the token, the IGO on VVS Finance. So some of you may have got involved in that initial gem offering back in January, December time. I actually missed out on that, so I didn't earn myself any single tokens, but hopefully you guys got in there and you've got some shiny new single tokens that you can put into the vaults here. And then we've got launch of the LP time machine, which is where we're currently at, and data of Binance Smart Chain, Phantom, Cronos and Avalanche, etc, etc. And as you can see, there's lots and lots of things to come, so I'll let you go through this in your own time. Implement governance in Q4 of 2022, which is great. So governance will give us all a say in what actually happens with Single Finance going forward, which is always good in my opinion. But again, make sure you go through this roadmap in your own time so you can understand things yourself. So before we launch the app, I just want to mention this quick notice at the top here. Important, single CRC20 tokens are currently tradable on VVS Finance, Finance, which is Mad Meerkat Finance, Gate.io and MEXC only. Any other single tokens are fake. So if you're planning on buying yourself some single tokens and putting them into the vaults here, then make sure you've only bought them from one of these trusted sites. So let's launch the app and have a look over here. So basically we're on the pre-launch stake here. Not sure why it says preview at the top and pre-launch, but as far as I'm aware, it's actually launched now. This platform is live. It's been live since the 14th of February. So we've got 3 active vaults here. What are these? Well, let's look at it in simple terms. So when you buy any cryptocurrency, there's a number of different ways you can make money from that cryptocurrency. So the first and simplest way is by just buying the currency, holding it in your wallet and hoping that the price increases to more than you paid for it and subsequently make a profit from it. Now obviously the alternative can happen and the price can go down and you could lose money, but then you probably just hold the coin until the price recovers again. But that's the easiest way to make money, is by buying low and selling high. The second way is by taking that cryptocurrency you've bought, say you buy it on Binance or crypto.com or wherever you buy it, and you stake it on one of their earn programs. So for example, with crypto.com, you could buy Bitcoin, and let's say you've got £500 worth of Bitcoin, and you could stake it or lock it away for a given period, and you will earn interest on that stake. So the way that works is you take your £500 worth of Bitcoin, you say, I'm going to lock it away for 3 months. Crypto.com say, thanks very much for giving us this money. We're going to put this money elsewhere. We're going to generate some profits from that money, hopefully. And in return, we will give you interest on your staked money. The third way we can make money is also by staking, but this time we're going to stake it into a vault, or a mine as it's called on VVS Finance. And basically, again, you're lending money to the protocol, and they will invest that money elsewhere, hopefully make some money on it, and in return they will give you an annual percentage rate return on your investment. The fourth way we can make money is very similar, but instead of investing only one coin, we'll invest 2 coins, what we call liquidity pairing. So you'll take your single finance token and maybe a stable coin like USDC, which is currently one of the active vaults here, and you put an equal amount of both of those coins into a liquidity pool, and you'll stake them. And again, that money will be lent out by the protocol, by single finance, and in return for you staking your money, they will again give you an APR return. The problem with staking 2 coins at the same time is the price of one or the other can go up or down. Now if it goes down, then we get what's called impermanent loss. And it's called impermanent loss because hopefully it's not permanent. The price of the coin will recover, and your initial investment will stay the same. But it can go down to the point where you are losing money. So you need to be very careful when providing liquidity into a liquidity pool, or a farm as it's known on VVS Finance. The fifth and final method that I'm going to mention here on how you can make money with cryptocurrency is by what's known as leveraging. Now on the menu here we've got this item Leverage Vault. It's not actually live yet, but it will be live very soon, and I think this will be one of Single Finance's key features. There is some information in the documentation here about leveraged yield farming and its risk. But basically leveraging is when you're betting against the price of something either going up or going down. So let's say we're going to leverage in the stock market. So we'll take a stock like Tesla, for example, and let's say Tesla's at $1,000 per share. We can bet that the price of that stock will go up overnight, which is called going long on a stock. And if it does go up overnight, then we will make money. And if it goes down, then we will lose money. Alternatively, we could bet on the price of the stock going down in price. And if it does go down in price, then we will make money. But if it goes up in price, then we will lose money. With leveraged yield farming here on Single Finance, we can bet both against the price going up and down at the same time. And Single Finance will, using their bots, etc., manage this whole process for you. So normally what happens is you have to keep an eye on the stocks overnight when you're leveraging a position, and you need to make sure that once it's gone up, you're taking your money out, or vice versa. You need to be very on it all the time. But with Single Finance, using their managed service, this will all be done for you. So I think this will be a massive benefit to people investing into liquidity pools and farms on Single Finance. So I can't wait personally for this feature to launch and see what it's all about. And I'll probably make another video about that whole process in its entirety once this actual feature is launched. So the last thing we're going to take a look at is the LP time machine, and this for me is the defining feature of Single Finance. Certainly very unique. Now you might want to be investing into Single Finance because you believe in the token, or you believe in the project, or the vision for Single Finance. But even if you're not necessarily invested into the token, you can still take advantage of the Single Finance LP time machine, even if you invest into other projects. So what the LP time machine is basically a database of historical data for dozens and dozens of liquidity pairings. Now currently we've got data on the Binance Smart Chain, the Avalanche network and the Cronos network. So if we choose Avalanche, for example, we can see all of the liquidity pairs that come under Avalanche. So we've got USDC and WAVAX, Wrapped ETH and AVAX, Joe and AVAX, etc, etc. And the same for Binance. We've got the liquidity pairs that you can purchase on Binance PancakeSwap here. So Wrapped BNB and BUSD, Wrapped Cake and BNB, for example. But we'll use Cronos because, you know, I'm a big Cronos fanboy. And we can see here all of the liquidity pairs that are available on the Cronos network. And if we look at one that I've invested in before, so this VVS and Wrapped CRO, and we can see the data for the last 24 hours, 7 days, 30 days and 90 days. And we can see that over the last 24 hours, the returns will be down by 3%, 7 days, 18%. Over the last 30 days would actually be up, over 90 days would be down. So that's obviously been moving up and down over the last 90 days. Now we can click onto this and go deeper into the data. So I'm going to choose 90 days here. And we can see over 90 days using these charts here that the return has been going down steadily and then increased a little bit and down again. But we can see with these summarized figures here, the actual return over the last 90 days would have been down 48.5% on your investment. We can see the price effects here is down by 65.5%. And this up here is a really great feature because we can click this and we can see what the return would be, including any impermanent loss. And as we can see, the actual return would be 11.2% if it takes impermanent loss into account. So there's tons and tons of data here for you to go through. And this is just a snapshot over the last 90 days for one particular liquidity pair, which is VVS and Wrapped Crow. Now, as you probably know, if you've invested into VVS, the price of that has been quite volatile over the last month or so, but it seems to be stabilizing a little bit now, so hopefully the numbers here will start looking much better going forward. But in any case, it doesn't really matter what the price effect is here on these particular tokens. This is just giving you an overview of what this feature, the LP Time Machine, can actually do for you. And like I say, you don't have to be investing into single finance to take advantage of this this tool. It's just an amazing tool. And I like this little comment here: history doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes. So, you know, obviously we can't predict the future looking at historical data, and we can see movements and whether the price has been up or whether the price has been down. It doesn't predict what's going to happen in the future, but it can give you a good indication of what might happen, and you can make you know, an educated guess, if you like, on which of these particular liquidity pools you want to invest into. And like I say, if we go back to the main menu here, we can choose any of these different networks, and we've got 3 more to come. And we've got so many liquidity pairs that we can choose from here and drill down, really drill down into that data and get a good idea of where we might want to put our money next. It's just a fantastic feature, and it's something that I think I'll probably use quite a bit when looking to invest into new liquidity pairs. Now it does say up here, all pro features are free to use in LP Time Machine preview version. Again, I think this is, I'm sure this is the live version at the moment, but it doesn't mention anything about paid for features. Maybe that will be something that's coming soon. I will have to check with the developers on that. But in any case, at the moment, it is free to use. So take advantage of that while you can, especially you guys who are on the Cronos network, VVS, Single Finance, Mad Meerkat. Let's go. So that's just a brief overview of the Single Finance website and their app. Now I will be making a video in the coming days or weeks on how you can actually invest into the vault. So it will be a step-by-step guide, much the same as I did with VVS Finance. I will also be making a video on the leveraged vault once that feature is launched. So keep an eye open for that one. If you found this information useful, then please click the thumbs up button because it does help me and the channel out, and I'll see you again in another video. Thanks for watching, take care.